Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're doing another coaching session for League of Legends, and we're going to be coaching Clutch today for a Leona, I believe it's bronze game. It's in placement, so we'll see. I know that Clutch told me that he was wanting to get back to gold this season, I believe. I think he was gold last year, if I understand correctly from the email. He was gold last year, and he hasn't played a lot this year. He's just now getting back into it, which is good to hear. And so he's just starting to do his placements, started watching the stream, and wanted a little advice and help. So that's what we're going to do. If you're new to this process, it's a 3-step for each coaching video. First of all, I talk about the runes, masteries, items, overall stuff from op.gg, things that players could work on. And then I go through the initial game plan. So thinking about in the loading screen before I even watch the game, these are things that you should definitely be thinking about in terms of an approach to a game. And then cats come in from behind you and accost you while you're doing a coaching video. And then I go through, watch it, write down a bunch of physical notes, and then eventually collate those and just kind of give a top 5 best tips to climb at the end. And you can find this document in the description to the video as well. So this is the Google Doc that accompanies all of the coaching videos. If you'd like a video yourself, it's just a $20 donation to the channel. I'll have a link in the description to how you can donate, and then just send me an email and just let me know which game you want to review, and just send me a LOLs Replay 2 video, or there are some other ways that you can send me the video as well. So just email me and we'll set that up. Usually I can get these done within a few days depending on the turnaround. Sometimes same day, but if I have a whole bunch of other stuff in queue already, then it might take a little bit longer. I do also offer, so a $20 coaching session. I will do a guide of your choice, either for a champion or a topical guide, like a warding guide or itemization guide, or just anything else that you want to know about. I can do that also for 20. I'll play a champion of your choice on stream for 15, record it, and then add it to a kind of a fun stream playlist if you want to do that. Or I can just do the op.gg review for $5 if you're interested in that. So that would basically be... get out of that. So that can basically be just these this first section here, like the first couple of sections, and it would just be a Google Doc. It wouldn't be a video. So it's just like a quick $5 just overview of things that you could work on. If you don't have 20 to spare, you just want me to take a look at something real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. All right, so always clutch. This is the game we're going to be looking at today. It's a Leona game. One thing that I would say is try to step up the control wards a little bit. This is one major thing that I always recommend, is you want to try to get at least 5 control wards in there. Because remember, control wards don't just give you vision, they also deny vision. And so it's really important to deny vision to the enemy so that you can set up objectives, make proper rotations, and just stop them from making good decisions. Because if they don't have information, then they can't make good decisions. So... I know you're probably doing very well in this one, probably winning a lot of this one, so, you know, sometimes it's easy to slack off a little bit on the control warding if you're doing really well, but it actually helps you close out games faster because you'll be able to you'll have the right information to make Baron calls, to make rotations, and all of that. So even in good games where you are doing very well, you still want to keep your control wards up as much as possible. Many challenger level supports will get, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 or 9 control wards per game, but I think 5 is pretty appropriate for, you know, around silver elo. So people won't contest you as much, they won't clear them as much, but you still should be replacing wards and using them to actively deny vision. I will say you should also try to ward at least once per minute. How long was this? 30 minutes. So you're pretty close, but try to aim for 1 normal ward per minute in a game, and that's a good benchmark to aim for. So pretty good warding, but you could definitely step it up, improve a little bit there, but overall it's pretty solid. In terms of masteries, these are perfect masteries. This is exactly what I would recommend. Actually, hold on. I just noticed I would go for recovery before this, because you're not going to be getting that much bonus armor and magic resist. Like, you're going to get some, but if you end up getting Locket and Redemption, which is what I recommend, and Ruby Sightstone, which I think that's the exact build that you got, then you're going to want this, because the extra health per 5 is pretty important. Although the Leona W does give you a lot of bonus armor and magic resist. Well, sort of. It's better in the mid game, but I would still err on the side of getting recovery in the early game, especially because you're against a Lulu in lane, and Lulu can lay down some pretty serious poke depending on how she builds early on. So I actually would go for recovery over unyielding. So let me, I'll say great masteries. Try to take recovery over, what is it, shielding? Unyielding. It's been so long, I've never even, I almost always get recovery. By almost, I mean always. So I couldn't even remember what the other one was called. But yeah, just be sure to take recovery. That extra health per 5 does add up, and it is really useful in the early game. For runes, I do differ quite a bit on rune philosophy here. You have the 1 critical strike chance. It is interesting to roll the dice on it, but typically there's something better than that you can get. I would personally do armor reds, flat health yellows, flat CDR blues, and then 1 armor quint and 2 move speed quints. Move speed is very important on Leona because she's melee and she wants to get close to people and obviously hit them with a Q to stun. She wants to get in range to use her ult. She really wants to move around the map. It's also very dangerous for her to move around the map because she doesn't have any escapes. So if Lee Sin catches you out while you're trying to ward his jungle, it's going to be a hard time. So having that little bit of extra move speed, that 10 move speed from the quints is really helpful. Other options that you could do would be armor yellows are fine. The healths, I think, are a little bit more efficient, but not by much. And the healths cost like 810 IP per, so just running the armor is fine for the yellows. CDRs are expensive if you don't have CDR runes. Those are about 810 a piece also. If you don't have CDR runes, then I would recommend... God, I need to get out of here. I'm about to go driving for 4 hours with my with my wife out of town. I need to pop in the shower before then, but... the magic resist runes are fine also, especially against a Lulu who might be dealing a lot of magic damage. With the reds, though, I would definitely go defensive things. So it's good to go aggressive with Leona, but remember that she has virtually no AP scaling on the Quint. So the 15 AP is really not happening. You know, you've got a 0.3 here, you've got a 0.4 here, a 0.4 here. You do have a 0.8 on the ult, but that's only every now and then it's going to deal that extra damage. And your passive doesn't scale with AP, it's just based on levels. So really, I wouldn't go for the AP runes unless you just don't have any others. You really want to go for the armor runes because armor scales throughout the entire game. So that extra 13 armor that you would get from runes is going to force the enemy to do 13% more physical damage to you to kill you throughout the entire game. Whether, you know, they're dealing 100 damage or 1,000 damage, it's still going to prevent a certain percentage of damage, which is going to scale upwards in terms of a flat number. And it scales very well with health that you'll get later in the game. So just... trust me, I'm pretty sure that you want to get armor reds. I mean, the penetration is nice because penetration does scale as well as as they get more resistances. But I would just be tanky. I mean, you're not going to do a ton of damage anyways. Like your job is just to go in there and disrupt a lot of people and start fights. So that's how I would build Leona. You know, if you want to go aggressive penetration quints, that's fine. But I would definitely substitute the AP quints for something else, either all armor or you know, like 1 armor and some move speed, something in there. Okay, so great skill order, great build. Finally, in terms of a pregame. So let's see. Skill order, yep, you want to max your W first, and then I like maxing Q also. It goes on, that's just a little bit more reliable. And then E, I agree, is probably the last stage you want to max. And I like your itemization. Rushing Locket's really good on Leona. Redemption is good also, but you know, having that extra instant shield and the extra magic resist and just defensive stats is really good on her because obviously she's going to be getting hit a lot when she goes in. So I think that's a good choice. Moby Boots, pretty good. I like that. Another option would be Ninja Tabi if they have a lot of AD. Which they kind of do. They have 3 AD users. I don't think that Ninja Tabi blocks all of the Cog Mod damage on his W. I'm not sure. I know it blocks on attack damage, but not on hit damage. It might block Pix's damage, or it might reduce some of the damage on Pix. Because Pix is an on-attack buff, not an on-hit buff. So I'd have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure it might actually, Ninja Tabi, the, what, 8, it's 8 or 12%, I can't remember how much, reduction might actually block some of the Pix damage. I don't think it blocks the W, but it might block some Pix. It might, I don't think it blocks Irelia's. But anyways, it has lots of uses. The Ninja Tabi actually probably would be pretty good here, but mobility is good if you're ahead and you want to roam around and make a lot of plays. Mobility's fine. Ninja Tabi if you want something a little more defensive. And yeah, so great skill order, great build. I like getting Redemption after Locket, and then getting Ruby Sightstone after that. And I assume you're probably building towards like Knight's Vow or Frozen Heart or something like that. So this is great. This is a great build order. And good job selling your gold item. I'm glad you didn't get hustled into upgrading your gold item into Eye of Equinox or Face of the Mountain. It's just better just to sell that bad boy later and just use that money to get redemption faster. So that's very smart of you. So that was a good job. Okay, let's talk about the initial game plan. So you should be very aggressive in this lane. You're going against Kog'Maw and Lulu. So they are going to be very, very powerful later in the game, but they're very susceptible to all-in from you. Like they're not, Kog'Maw is immobile and it's really hard for him to dodge your E. So you should be going in, trying to attack him, trying to harass him as much as you can, because you're probably going to lose the late game, especially Leona's getting Blade of the Ruined King probably early on. Just a huge mistake in my book. But yeah, you really want to get aggressive and try to pressure them and just stop this Kog'Maw from scaling. So that should be your goal there. Ping Kate, let her know that you're going in so that she knows she can follow up with a trap, hopefully on your engage, and just stick them with a lot of damage. Because if you go in with your E, and then you stun them, and then they land in a Kate trap, and then Kate auto-attacks them, and then nets backward Qs, and auto-attacks them again.
Did you eat pasta?
No, I just ate peanut butter. I couldn't do the pasta myself. What?
Want to make you some?
Nah, I'll be fine. Okay. So just let her know, and you should be able to set up like almost a one-shot kill combo with Caitlyn if she gets that trap down and executes her combo correctly. If it's not a one-shot kill, it's a one-shot out of lane, probably. So how you want to trade is you want to do, and you probably know most of this, E, W while you're Eing, and then since Kog'Maw doesn't have an escape anyways, you should be able to land a normal auto attack and then Q to reset and auto attack again. So a lot of the times the temptation is as soon as you land with your E, then you go ahead and Q. But because Kog'Maw doesn't have an escape, his only escape is his flash, I highly recommend that you auto and then Q to reset your auto and hit him again. And then that'll do an extra little burst of damage. So I think it's really important to try to sneak in that extra auto there. If you're against something like an Ezreal or a Lucian, you want to just hit him with the Q route when you go in with the E. But because Kog doesn't have an escape, I think you can get away with an auto than a Q to add in that extra, 60 or 70 damage, depending on what your level. That could be pretty strong. If bot's pushed in, you can try to rotate middle to get Annie with your E. So if they're just kind of hiding under their tower and you're pushing them in all day, which is possible with Caitlyn because she pushes really well, then you can go use your ult mid lane and try to get Annie, especially when her tippers is down or if her flash is down. She's very susceptible to getting ganked by someone like a Leona. So if you're trying to push the wave in, like you want to back or you want to go try to get some deep wards or you're going to want to go try to grab Annie or something like that, then you can use your E and your W to clear waves. Remember to space those out. So the Sunlight proc doesn't stack. So you want to do Sunlight proc, Caitlyn attacks, procs it, and then use another ability, Sunlight procs, Caitlyn attacks him. So if you're trying to clear a wave, walk up, use your E on it. Caitlyn will probably Q the wave, and then you can use your W, and then Caitlyn can attack him down. So just be sure to space out your Sunlight procs if you can. That's another reason to get an auto in there. So if you E, W, auto, Q, then that should give Caitlyn enough time to proc the Sunlight off of your E, and then you auto, and then your W should hit, probably. Then she should auto, and then you Q, then you auto, and then you Q, and then that should Do it again. So you might be able to get off 3 sunlight procs if Caitlyn's sitting there autoing the whole time. This will at least give you 2 sunlight procs. Try to ward deep for Shaco. Give him good information. Shaco's pretty good at counter juggling, and he'll at least have good information for where Lee is. And this will help you as well, because Lee can be very dangerous early game. So if you can push in and get some deep wards, that'll be really helpful. Leona is very susceptible to ganks, so if Lee comes down there, it could be a really hard time for you. Okay, I think every lane should win, so they have very low wave clear in every lane, and you should be able to push an early advantage. So ideally, you want to try to get ahead, take your tower with Caitlyn, and then take Caitlyn to mid lane, grab that, and then grab top, and then just snowball around the map with a Caitlyn. So Caitlyn has probably the best siege in the game, because her traps give excellent zone control. She has really long range. She's pretty safe. She can escape a lot of stuff. So you really want to leverage that early on and just take her around the map, protect her, and just siege everything down. Okay, so the big thing is to be sure that you communicate when you're going to engage. When you're going to do an R, when you're going to EN. That way Ori can put a ball on you. Caitlyn can be ready to drop a trap on whoever you engage on. Sion can know when he should go in. Another option for team fights is if Sion is around, you can try to start the fight with Sion with an Ori ball, but it's a lot easier to dodge Sion than it is to dodge you. So, you know, ideally you should start the fight with an R and then an EQ, and then Sion can come running in, hit him, and follow up, and that should be a dead person. So Sion can start, but it's real easy to dodge his stuff. It's a lot harder to dodge you. So ideally you should be the one starting fights. You should win late game team fights for the most part, as long as you can keep Cog under control. So your top priority is getting that Kog'Maw locked down. You need to be diving and killing that guy. If you trade Kog'Maw for Caitlyn, that's fine. Usually you want to peel your own ADC, but because Kog'Maw is probably going to be scaling harder, then you want to make sure that he goes down. Now, if Caitlyn gets really far ahead early and she's at 3 items and Kog'Maw's at like 2, then you can switch it up and peel for the Caitlyn and just let other people get on the Kog'Maw. But in general, you have to shut a Kog'Maw up, especially with Lulu, or they'll just melt your whole team. Okay, how are we looking on time? Doing pretty well. All right, so let's go ahead and go through. We'll watch the replay here, and I'll go ahead and take some notes. Yep. And we'll see how it goes. Let's go speed this up a little bit. Oh, you're over here. There we go. Good choice not to invade. You don't want to invade an Annie. If she actually levels her W first, she can be one of the toughest level 1 people in the game. Sounds AFK. That's fine. Now Lee might try to invade Shaco. I don't know. It's your call. I don't know Shaco's route. If Shaco wanted to engage, okay, I like the aggressive pushing. Now, one thing to keep in mind, though, if you do this, you're telling them that Shaco's top lane. So Lee, you know, if Lee's really thinking, he could go over there and take that blue right now. Because you showed up the lane so fast, they know that you didn't leash for Shaco. Although, it's not uncommon for people not to leash for Shaco. Okay, good ward. Lee probably does start red side. Most junglers start on the bottom side of the map, because they get a better leash. So, Shaco starting top is interesting. Is he still doing that? Oh, he did Raptors first. Okay. Okay, you should be pressuring them right now. Like, get him out of there. Hit him with an E or something here. So, as soon as you hit 2, especially because you were posturing aggressively, and, you know, they can't fight you at level 2. Like, if you hit that Kog'Maw with an E, you did get your E, right? Yes, as soon as you hit 2, you should go on that guy. You should go on him right now. Ping it. Just get him. I know level 3 is a good time once you get your shield, but you can still pressure him at level 2. Right there. Get him. Okay, so I'm going to say... Be more aggro level 2. If you're playing a very aggressive champion, people just don't expect this, especially at bronze and silver. If you just get in their face and just beat the crap out of them at level 2, people just don't expect it. Like for you to just run straight at them and just fight them as soon as you hit level 2. That's actually the biggest disparity in the whole game. It's from level 1 to level 2. Okay, yeah, switch over to Cog. Okay, that's good. Back out of that. It's good. Just wait till your cooldowns are up again. Because you're going to have 2 skills. They're only going to have 1 skill. You're going to have a lot more health percentage-wise when you level up. So level 1 to level 2 is the most vulnerable state in the game for most people. It's the largest power shift that's possible on a level. Level 6 is also really powerful, but I think that the level 1 to level 2 is just massive. Especially with your lane. Like, if you just told Kate to drop a trap right where you, right where you're going to engage, then you would have massacred him. So you got to get aggressive. I mean, Leona is a champion of 2-on-2. It's almost impossible to fight her 2-on-2 in lane. Like, her weakness is she can get ganked easily, but you have Shaco down here, too. Now, it is hard. Okay, go, 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 go. Oh, no, go. Yeah, Q him. Exhaust him. You still have your, you still had your exhaust. That was good. It was cutting it a bit close. Cutting a bit close. Once Shaco goes invisible here, you have to go. Like, you have to E him. And ping it, so communicate that. Say... more aggro in general. Be more liberal with exhaust. So you should have used the exhaust here. The Shaco was low enough where you should have just went ahead and exhausted him. Like, you don't have to save it till the very end. I mean, remember, exhaust is only like a 3-minute cooldown. Like, it's an important cooldown, but, you know, if someone dips below, like, if it's going to be an all-in fight and you have exhaust and you know it's going to be all-in, like, to the death, just use it. It's better to use it and not need it than to need it and not use it. Okay. Overall, that was good, though. That was good, though. But you need to really bully them. Who got the kill on that? Okay, Caitlyn, she's got a BF sword to this recurve bow. You need to be up there, like, giving him the business. Like, right now. While this Lulu's over that, he needs to... There you go. Perfect. Ping it for Caitlyn, though, so she knows to drop a trap. Like, just tell her right now. You need to be typing to her, saying, we're going hard. Get ready with the traps. Like, just tell her something like that. Like, if you just say stuff friendly and you're just communicating effectively, it can be very useful to type to people. I know that some people who coach say, like, never type, only communicate with pings. But pings can only tell so much. Like, tell them the style of this lane. Tell them that you are going to dominate this lane. Say, we're going hard. Let's go hard. Just so they know. Like, a ping can't really say that. Okay, there you go. Nice. Good. Great. That was perfect. That was perfect execution. So Caitlyn had a trap on that one. She was ready for it. That's great. Leona's a great choice with Caitlyn as well. I don't think that I don't know what your pick order was, but in general, if you knew that they had a Kog'Maw or if you knew that you had a Caitlyn, Leona's a good choice. I don't play her a lot, you know, at Platinum or Diamond, but she is very strong in Bronze and Silver. So people just don't respect her engage range. Like, they'll just walk right up to where she can E them. People don't play Janna as much at this elo or, like, disengage champions. And if they do, they don't typically have the mechanics yet to be able to, like, interrupt her E. So anyways, yeah, so I think Leona is very powerful. Particularly in bronze, silver, and even in gold, I think she's still really good. Okay. Good. Now, I didn't see there. I think you weaved an auto in before your Q, which is what you should be doing on Lulu. Now, Yeah, Lulu still had her flash. I think her exhaust just came up. Yeah, that was good. But yeah, you need to be pinging before you go in. This is really important, especially if you play a tank. I'm going to go ahead and write that down so that people know to follow up. Because sometimes people will just get surprised. Okay, there you go. Good. There you go. Yep, perfect. Yep. That's a great combo. Leona's very good into Kog'Maw too because he can't do anything. If he doesn't have flash, you're just going to get him. And once you start getting ahead like this with Leona, then it's really, really hard for them to stop you. So right now, what you should be thinking is Lee Sin's going to come camp me. Probably. Because you're getting too out of hand. Like, as soon as you start getting hot, you got to expect that they're probably crying to their jungler right now. Can we get some help down here, please? I'm about to AFK. If I don't get some help, you know they're crying. So, you got to be ready. I fully expect Lee to at least poke his head down here in the next minute or so. To just understand that when you're ahead, the jungler is probably going to come down and take a look. Unless they're completely dominating another lane. Has Lee done a lot? Yeah, he's actually 4-0. So you need to be scared of Lee. But most people, especially in Bronze and Silver, will try to save drowning people. So if bottom lane complains enough, they'll come down here. You might even tell Shaco that if you're really trying to be like next leveling this. You need to say, look, they're going to come down here because we're beating the crap out of them. Come help us. Come be ready with a counter gank. I would just back up right now. Because you have no kill threat. You're not going to fight him. There's no way you're going to fight him right now. And if they walk into this bush, or if, like, let's say that Lee, like, what if this Lee, I guess you do have a ward there, so you would see if Lee was walking up. So, I guess that's okay. It's not that risky, but, you know, if Lee comes rolling out of here or something to try to get into this bush, like, they might be able to trap you. Okay, great. Good job. Oh, did he TP down? Or is he just there? Let me see. Okay, good. Yeah, he TP'd down. Good, great. You got the stun there. Yeah, you're playing an excellent Leona game here. You got these engages down. I would just say earlier on, just start doing this from like level 2. But yeah, once you got ahead, you definitely know what to do with the rock. You're running with it. Being very aggressive. It's good. So I'm going to say ping engages. Someone ping there, which is good. Yeah, they're goofing up middle, but that's fine. Just stay on dragon. I think you're right. Just let him die. Now, do you have a... What are your items? Okay, good. You got Sightstone. Let me see. Where are your wards? Go get a ward, like, in here. Yeah, ward right here. Ward right here. Ward right here. That way you can see if Lee's trying to walk back into his jungle, or... if someone else is trying to flank you, like if Cog or Lulu was trying to come up here to go help middle, you could cut them off. No, 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 no. Get out. They're all back. They're all alive. You don't want to get baited by Lulu. Yeah, so like right there, I think I would ward over this wall and then just chill in this bush. What's going on there? Oh, they got you? Okay, let me go back. Now I'll show you what I'm talking about, and then we'll watch what happened in that play. Okay, so let's see. So you're doing dragon, right? Alright. So they're messing around middle. Okay. So look, you should be looking at middle now after dragon. Okay. You see that Lee is here. Sion's really low. You're not going to catch Lee probably. He's very mobile. He can dash away to like incoming waves or ward hop away. He's really hard to get a hold of. So you're probably not going to get him right here unless he gets baited on this Sion. And Sion looks like he's running. So what I would be thinking right now is, okay, Lee's right here. You've got your crew with you. I would roll over here and I would get some deep wards while you've got your crew here. So I would ward this, and then you might even consider dropping down and warding this. You've got this. Yeah, you've got this area warded. So you know if like Lulu or Kog'Maw, if they're down here and they're rotating up, you'll probably see them. Yeah, check this for a pink. Like you might even, I would say at a minimum, walk over here and ward this bush and clear out that pink. Or if you're feeling a little more bold, walk over here, ward this, walk through here, clear this pink, and then walk down here. And the reason you can do all that is because you've got your crew with you. People are dead, and you should have the upper hand in the numbers here to go down here and get this. So this would be my objective right now, is just knock this out, because you're probably not going to get Lee. So that's number one. At a minimum, drop a ward right here as you walk by. If you have wards. I don't know how many you have left in your inventory. Let me see. I can't tell. Okay. Other option is walk over here and drop a ward here. I think you should have one more ward, because I think these are yours. Okay, so you got caught by Aurelia. Can you Q her? No, your Q's down. Okay. Wait, why did you walk over there? Let me look and see real quick. No, don't. Yeah, just walk straight back. Like, there's no reason to go there, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no objective you're trying to control here. Like, if you had a ward and you just wanted to drop a ward in this bush, okay. But, like, don't go walking through this bush, because there's really no reason to do it. It could be running, and there's just... Or roaming down. You didn't see her, but she could have been doing that. And you just... There's nothing you're going to get over there. There's no reason to be there. So if you did have... I think you had at least probably one ward. If you did, just drop it here and clear that pink. If you didn't have wards, whatever. That was fine what you did. But just don't go face checking. Okay. Where'd my pin go? Let me see. Ping engages. Don't engage under tower. Even if it looks kind of juicy, because people are missing. Like, Lulu can show up and, like, bait you big time. Okay, great. That was good. Good. Does he have... He does have flash. Okay, so I'm going to suggest a different rotation here. Yeah, okay. So this is kind of what I was afraid of. Let's see. Yeah, you kind of get baited around here. All right, so let me tell you another rotation here. You want to save your E if you can for their mobility. So if you're fighting somebody who has a mobility, and this is with a lot of hook type of champions, which Leona's not exactly hook, but sort of. Mechanics are similar. With any kind of hook champion, you want to get up and use your close range abilities if you can first, and then save your ranged hook abilities for when they use their mobility. So, for instance, you'll see a lot of good blitz players run up and try to power fist someone immediately, and then after they're power fisted and the person uses their flash, then they hook them after the flash. Or with Nautilus, if you can, you want to walk up and try to auto the person, and then wait until they flash or dash away, and then you hook them. So the concept is similar here. So watch this. So if you do your R and you hit the Cogmaw, and you've got time to walk up and auto him, which you should be able to do that after an R, then walk up, Q him, W him, stick to him. He's going to freak out. And then when he tries to flash away, then you E him and grab him to hold him in place. So let's watch this. Okay, I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. Okay, walk up auto right now, just auto. You're already close enough. So you got stunned right there. That's what happened. You got stunned by Annie, so you couldn't get your auto off. There's a little late on that auto, and now he's going to get to flash this wall and get away. Once he flashes that wall, you need to leave. Like, right now, just leave. I know it's frustrating, but just get out of there. I know Annie looks low, but they're going to kite you. You just don't have any damage as Leona. Yeah. So that's really the thing you want to do there is walk up. You can E at point blank range too, if you have to. So walk up, auto, and then if he doesn't like dash away, then E him. But just save your E. So R, walk up, Q him, auto him. There you go. I assume maybe you were trying to save your Q or something so you could get Annie and go for the double kill maybe, or you just forgot about it. But yeah, definitely work on that. So I'm going to say use Q first, if possible, then E. Then E the flash. Like I said, that's very similar with any kind of hook champion. You just want to use your close range stuff, whether it's a Thresh Flay or a Nautilus Auto or a Blitz Power Fist. And then use your gap closer after that. Okay, I like the build so far. You might want to go ahead and consider getting those Moby Boots before you complete your Redemption, or before you complete your Locket, because Leona really, really needs to move fast. Another option would be Boots of Swiftness, so that you can move around in combat and get more Qs on people, but mobility is fine. Mobility are basically ganking boots. Okay, so they're pretty far ahead here. Let's see. Alright, so you ward this. Who's got all this gold? So you need to be tabbing and looking at the gold. Okay, so Annie's big, Lee's big. Lee's actually one of the best people to have all that gold because he's going to fall off. He's kind of building a strange build here too. So with Lee this fed, I would really, really consider getting Ninja Tabis like right now, because he can evaporate you. You don't have any armor, right? You have a little bit with your Legion, but I would highly recommend doing Tabi at this point in the game, because you're going to have to go in and you're going to be getting hit. Alright, let's roll up. I'm not sure what happened there. Did you die again? Oh, you're still alive. There's been a couple of exchanges here where you weren't there, so you just want to make sure you're kind of in the action. I'm not. Maybe you had to go back and get a good item or something. I'm not really sure. You just always want to make sure you're around the action. Okay, good. One thing, I don't know if you know about this or not, but that's kind of a dangerous place to clear a ward. So if you need to clear a ward quickly, you can auto use your Q that resets your auto attack timer. So you auto, Q, auto, and you can instantly clear wards just about as Leona. And this is very helpful. If someone places a ward right next to you, you can actually clear it before it goes invisible. This is one of the key traits of Leona, is if you auto, use your Q to reset your auto again. So you just auto, smart cast Q, auto, and it instantly clears a ward before it goes invisible. So that's great for when you're down here in your bushes and you're just kind of sitting right here and they drop a ward right next to you. Boom, clear it by yourself instantly. So you clear these little wards very quickly if you just Q auto, auto, or auto Q auto. If you auto Q auto, you can get that out of there and get back over here really quickly so you don't get caught. So it didn't matter right there, but I just didn't see you do it, and I'm not sure if you're aware of that or not, so I haven't seen you do it yet, so I just wanted to bring that up. That's a really good trick with Leona. Like, maybe you wanted to hold your Q there because you thought a fight would break out. I'm not sure. But I'm just wanted to tell you about that if you didn't know about it. Don't go into that. You don't have Shaco. You don't know where Lee is. Okay, go. Good. Lock her up. Yeah, you got to Q a little bit faster there. Okay, you had exhaust. You definitely want to exhaust Annie right there. If Annie starts rolling up like that, you need to exhaust her immediately. Like, EQ onto her and then exhaust her. Like, you do not want Tibbers going off and doing full damage. Okay, I probably would have played that a bit differently. Let me, Okay, let me go back and I'll show you what I would do there. Let me see. Now, obviously, you're in the heat of the moment, so it's tough to make decisions like this often. Okay, so you see Shaco, you know he's going for Kog'Maw. 100%, and you know Lulu is going to use her ult on Kog'Maw whenever that happens. So what you need to do is, right now, drop your ult on Kog'Maw, alright? Drop your ult on Kog'Maw, That'll stun him, keep him in place. Shaco's going to open up on him. And then you have a choice. Either you can EQ the Kog'Maw and just drop an exhaust on Annie, or you can EQ the Annie and exhaust her and lock her up. I would recommend dropping an ult on Kog'Maw, walking over, drop an exhaust on Annie, and then EQ onto Kog'Maw. Because Annie's going to blow her ult. In Silver and Bronze, even if you exhaust, the exhaust lasts for 2.5 seconds. She's going to ult even while exhaust is on her. Either that or Ori's going to kill her, and she's just not going to ult at all. Annie's not going to ult at all. So let's see. Yeah, so she got a Tibbers on you. And you die virtually instantly. So yeah, you need to... Even though that didn't stun you for some reason. I guess she missed you with it. Yeah, and Kog'Maw is able to kite away. And they all die trying to dive him. So yeah, if you locked him up for that extra little bit, he didn't have flash either. So if you just E onto him, auto Q, then he almost certainly would have died a lot earlier to Shaco, because Shaco couldn't have kited him. Okay. So remember, Kog'Maw is your target. As I talked about in the pregame, Kog'Maw is the big daddy. He has to go down in these fights. You cannot let him get big. So just exhaust the Annie. As soon as Annie walks up, just exhaust her. And then just ignore her after that, because she doesn't matter after she uses Tibbers. Just exhaust her and then go lock up that Kog'Maw. And use your ult on the Kog'Maw. Okay, so I'll say... Use CC on Cog. Because he has to go. He's the most dangerous thing on their team by far. And not only does he need to die, but he needs to not get kills. Because if he gets kills, then he's going to get too powerful at some point. In theory. Especially with Lulu. She's going to amplify his power so much. Like, you really have to just, like... Just a bullseye right on his head every fight. Okay, that was good. You need to be pinging these engages too. Like, you need to ping the engage and you need to be the one pulling the trigger. Like, Shaco shouldn't be going in there by himself. He should wait until you hit your R. What do you have left? You still have exhaust. Okay, so I'm going to say... You need to start fights. Okay, good. Well, you kind of bullied him out of this. Do you have a pink? You did exhaust, but it was way too late. You need to exhaust earlier than that. Okay, let me rewind it here. How'd you get caught? Okay, good. No, let him go, let him go, let him go. Don't. Yeah, you don't know where they are because you don't have any wards in here. So... Okay, I mean, it ended up sort of kind of okay. But I know your instinct is you want to control the Lee. Maybe you're out of wards or something here. You gotta clean up kill. You want to control the Lee, but you're not really a peeler as Leona. A better option, if you really want to try to control him, is to stand in front of him and the dragon so that he Qs you instead. Or you could try to E him over this pit, maybe, but don't walk around out there. I wouldn't even E him over the pit. I would just body block his Q. Or, like, ping them and tell them to pull it out of the pit. Like, that's what you want to do, is just ping them and tell them to pull it out of the pit. because Lee's there. Just like ping Lee a lot, and then ping like back on the dragon, and then just say like pull out, Lee. I'm gonna take these off. I've had these on for a very long time. My ears are, yeah, ears are a little sore. I know my hair is looking crazy, but you'll have to forgive me for that. Okay, or I guess you don't have to, but I humbly request you to forgive me for my hair. It's been a long night, but I want to get this done before I go on this trip this morning. Okay. How are you looking items wise? Pretty good. Yeah, you need to get wards on. Maybe you didn't see that. There's already one there. But it happens to the best of us. I guess putting a pink there is fine. You kind of get vision of it. So that's good. Okay, you got a lot of pressure down here with these this wave. Let me see what's happening there. There's someone who got caught. Kate probably dies here. Oh, never mind. She missed the tibbers. Okay. It's good. Grab her. I would have engaged on her because you have 3 people here. It would have been 3 on 1. I mean, you don't know where the other people are, which is fair. You knew Cog was bottom if you were paying attention. But I would have grabbed that Leona. Or the Irelia, rather. She's not very tanky. I would grab her and try to light her up. Since you had the rest of your team there. Now, this is all... Wait, where were you? Okay, you're down here. No, don't be down here by yourself. Don't be down here by yourself. Like, if you catch somebody, it's not going to matter, because you can't kill them. You're just going to get caught. Like, maybe if you were Zyra or Brand or something, you could pull that off, but you can't do it as Leona. You need to just be near your team. Like, unless you're specifically warding, don't try to hide in bushes. That's just... You're just not going to do enough damage. It's interesting. Don't die here in the process of trying to kite her. Or stall her, I guess. Better term. Yeah, right there. There you go. Good. Good flash. Good. So you had the flash Q and then the E. Okay, so I'll say, stay close to team. Don't solo gank. There you go. Yeah, she's just not the champ for that. If you were like an AP, you know, heavy burst champion, you were really far ahead, like a Zyra or something, you might be able to pull it off. Although I still wouldn't recommend that because you don't have enough vision around here and they could easily collapse on you. And Caitlyn get caught again. Yeah, she shouldn't be allowed to do this. Like, just walk right in here. Bust up Caitlyn. Like, you need to have wards like here and here. You do have one there. But you need like some wards in here or over here. Because you know this is probably going to be the last place, like one of the potential places they go is bot lane. Because that's the last tier 1 tower. So they really want to go bot lane and they want Baron. One or the other. Is, you know, on 2 different sides of the map, but you need to devote at least 1 ward down here. Okay, they're trying to sneak Baron. Do you have that warded? You don't have it warded. That could be a problem. Y'all need to get out of there. You don't have enough damage. Well, maybe. I guess so, since you have him killed. You don't have Kate, though. Did Kog'Maw get executed? Wait, what happened? They just decided not to do Baron? Hold on, I thought it looked like they were going to get it. No, what? He has almost no armor. He didn't have a ninja tabi. He's trying to do Baron. Alright. Okay, so that actually worked out for you. That was kind of scary, but... So yeah, keep at least one ward around the dragon pit, even though dragon's not there. It's just a really popular place where people walk a lot. Alright, good catch. How are we looking item-wise? It's looking good. Working redemption, I like it. Lee is not dead, although... And you need a pink. Like, you need to be carrying more pinks in your inventory. It does, I would sell this, like, a while ago, Relic Shield, and just get pinks instead. And then put a pink here, clean this out. Like, put a pink here, ward this, catch vision of them, and then just sit here. And they will come over here, and you can easily bait them and kill them. Dragon's also up in 20 seconds. That's another option. But I'll guarantee you that at least Lee Sin is going to come walking right up this alley, here or here, if you just have it warded. And you pink the dragon. You sweep this. Because right now they're not going to do it because they have a ward right here. So you need to sweep the area. Pink the Baron. Usually you want to use your sweeper like on this little area. And then it'll run out of juice. And then you pink the Baron. A lot of times people won't. Like, this is a really good spot to ward Baron. But people just won't ward it there. Okay, so they get Mountain. That's not good, because they can already take objectives really quickly. Okay, so Oriana died, splitting top. Where are you in all this? Oh, there you are. Okay, good. Yep, that's the right target. You got him in time. Yeah, he's out of there. I think he's fine. I would rotate over here and just back up. Just back up. Aurelia's coming in. Okay, Lou is a good target. Okay, that's pretty good. Wait, is Lee's dead? Go Baron, go Baron. Baron. You need to kill Annie, though. If you kill Annie... Shaco just saw her. If you kill Annie, you can Baron. Well, she doesn't even have Tibbers right now, because she already used it. I would go Baron right now. 3 of them are dead. Annie doesn't have Tibbers. You could have tanked it. I think you guys probably could have done Baron. You could have at least baited it. So just come over here, use your sweeper, pink it. They would walk over here. You could kill... You would at least be able to kill Irelia. She'd probably face check it. Yeah, Baron needs to be on your radar right now. Like, anytime you win a fight, if you don't get Baron, you need to fake Baron. And that will force them to come over there and look. Because they have to look. Because they have to think, okay, they all just disappeared off the map after we just won a fight. What are they doing? Baron, right? So they're going to have to go look. I bet none of them even have blue. No, none of them have blue trinket. So they have to go face check it. So yeah, I'm going to say... bait Baron more aggressively. Because you're kind of getting to that point of the game right now where it's starting to turn into a fiesta. So people are just kind of running around. Oriana's already got caught. She was already caught once, split pushing top lane. There's no other towers to do. And so people are just going to wander around until just somebody catches somebody out. And it's just kind of luck of the draw who's going to get caught here. Let me slow this down. Okay, you don't have exhaust. I don't know if you lock it or not. Okay, that's good. Yeah, dogpile the Cogmon. He has to go. Guess that was... Fortunately, that was a bad redemption placement by them. Or was that yours? That was a good one if it was yours. If it was theirs, that was bad. I can't tell. Neither one appears to be on cooldown. I don't know. I think that was good, though. How many? 3 are dead? Yeah. Go Baron, go Baron, go Baron. You need to ward here. Here's not good enough. That doesn't see them coming. You need to ward here and here. If you have wards left. This is the most important one. This is kind of important. Yeah, so ward deeper, so that you get vision of them when they're walking up. So they're going to have to walk up. They're going to walk right through here probably. Either here or here. Alright, they're just letting it go. Alright, well, that's good. How are we looking? Alright, you got your trinity of items here. That's nice. Okay, that was good. Did you drop your ult already? Your ult's down. Exhaust some. Okay, good. Exhaust him. Good. You got your redemption going. You already, I assume you probably use Locket. It was not great to dive like that, but at the same time, since Scion already pulled the aggro, you might as well go with him at that point. Okay, so that was good. Nice redemption. Okay, that's probably it, right? It's an ace with Baron. Yep. Nice work walking it in. Alright, go ahead and pause. Okay, good stuff. I'm looking on time here. We're doing alright. Okay, so number one things I wrote down: be more aggressive early in lane. Like, Leona's level 2 and her level 3 is extremely powerful, so you want to get in there and fight them. Like, you did this later, which was great. You were really aggressive. You're getting in there, making it happen. But don't be afraid to do it early. Similar to this, ping your engages. Make sure allies know to follow. So this is another one, like, especially anytime you play a tank, you need to ping when you're going to go, so they know, because you're not on voice comms. Like, pro players, they're on voice comms, and they're like, okay, I'm going. Go, 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 go. You don't have that, so you just have to ping. So just ping them, let them know that you're going in, just ping it a few times, like ping, 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 and then go. Just so they're ready. They're like, okay, she's going. And then they're ready. You know, they're ready to hit their abilities on them right when you do yours. Caitlin's ready to drop a trap. Because sometimes if you just go, like, out of nowhere, they're, like, focusing on CS, or they're just, like, zoned out or something. They're not paying attention. But if you ping it a few times, then they're going to know that you're going. You could even type, I'm going to go. Like, just tell them, I'm going hard at level 2. You can type that. And then as soon as you're about to hit level 2, just ping it, like, 3 times, and then go. Or just ping the cooldown. Like, if you miss your E or something, just ping the cooldown and just say, I'm going hard when my E comes off cooldown again, or something like that. Like, just communicate to them, and at a bare minimum, ping a few times before you go in so that people know that you're going to go. And you need to be the one starting the fight. Because, like I said earlier, it's a lot easier to dodge Scion than it is to dodge your ultimate. Like, they can still dodge your ult or your E, but they're really going to be able to dodge the Scion. So what you want to do, like, the perfect engage would be hit the Kog'Maw with your R, E, auto, Q to reset, and then by that time Kog'Maw should be rolling up with an Orianna ball. Kog'Maw or Scion runs into him, Orianna ball hits him, and then Kog'Maw hits him, or Scion hits him with his Q, and that's just lights out. That's like the dream scenario. But most of the time, either Scion was running in or Shaco was just opening on people with, you know, no crowd control and like really squishy. So it needs to be you starting those fights ideally. Then you did this a couple of times, but I'll say use Q first if possible. Save E to re-engage after, I'll say after flash. So we talked about that before as just a combo. You did do that sometimes, which is helpful. Use Q to reset autos, especially on wards. So remember, you can clear wards like auto Q auto. It's like that fast. You can also do that on enemies. So when you go in, like I said, with the E, and I don't know if you were doing this all the time. I didn't see it a lot. But you should just auto Q. If your Q's ever up and you're close to somebody and you don't immediately need to stun them, just auto and then Q. And then auto. And you sneak in a little bit of extra damage. That's called auto attack resets. And some champions have it, some champions don't. But any champions that have it, you really need to be able to use it appropriately. Use all CC to disable cog more. Already did this some. Okay, so a lot of times you were dogpiling on the Cogmaw, but there were a couple of fights where you didn't. So just make sure that you're always on Cog. Like, he's the #1 priority. If you need to, like, ideally you should exhaust Annie and then go on Cog in most team fights. Because you're going to have so much CC on Cogmaw, if you're doing it right, that you really shouldn't even need to exhaust him. Like, you can use the exhaust on Cogmaw if you need to. But I would say if Annie's rolling up, just use your locket and then exhaust her and then just ignore her and just run on Cogmaw. Like, as soon as Annie's rolling up, you need to go ahead and use that locket to prevent her upfront damage. Use exhaust more. If people are going to die, it needs to be on CD. I'll say X needs to be on CD. Just to keep it all on one line here. Yeah, so there were a couple of fights where you finished the fight with exhaust. That shouldn't happen. Like, anytime people are dying, you need to exhaust and stop them from dying. So, you know, if it's going to be an all-in fight, just go ahead and do it. You don't have to wait until someone's at 10% health to exhaust. Just go ahead and exhaust. If it's going to be an all-in fight, if you can tell that, just go ahead and exhaust. It prevents, you know, if you can time it to where you're going to prevent a lot of upfront damage. So if Annie's running in, she's about to ult, or if Lee Sin lands a Q on somebody, or you see that he ward hops to get behind your AD carry and you know he's going to dragon kick him and then hit him with a Q combo, go ahead and exhaust him. Like, you don't have to wait on him to kick him. You want to make sure that you're preventing as much damage as possible. So if someone's about to do a move that's going to do a lot of damage and you're close enough to do something about it, go ahead and exhaust him. I'll say stay close to the team. Don't go on many solo missions. So there are a couple of times in there where you're kind of hanging out in bushes, like waiting to gank people. You don't have the firepower for that. You're not going to be able to kill them. So you want to make sure that you are coordinating with your team and peeling for your team and just being in the right place at the right time. If you were Zyra or Vel'Koz or Brand or, you know, some kind of really high damage support, then you might be able to go on solo missions occasionally and kill people out of bushes. But Leona's just not going to be able to do it. So just try to stick with your team, and that's your #1 objective, is to be with the team. And in small-scale skirmishes, peel for the Caitlyn if you can. And if Cogmaw's there, you need to be on the Cogmaw. But you need to be with your team to make that stuff happen. And finally, I'll say use Baron as bait more often in the mid game. So there were plenty of times you killed 2 or 3 people, and it was like dicey, like maybe you should Baron, maybe you should not Baron. You should at least fake like you're going for Barons. You should run over there, have a pink ward on the Baron, sweep the area, ward the places where I told you to ward. Right here, pink the Baron, use your sweep, clear out all this. Most people in Bronze and Silver are not going to ward here, and they're not going to ward here or here. This is higher level Elos, people will ward here, here, and here. Just because very few people sweep these areas, especially here. They call this the Challenger Ward spot. It's the nickname people have for it. But they won't have wards in these sneaky places often. So if you just pink this and sweep this, then it's very unlikely that they're going to have wards. And you want to put your pink, especially if you're on this side, if you're on red side and they're on blue side, you want to put your pink a little bit on the outside here, like right here. And it should still be able to see most of the pit. And then it'll also see if there's any in the river like around here. So it has a really good radius. You don't need to put it super deep on the Baron or you won't be able to see outside of here. It's unlikely. I mean, they could ward like this very back wall. Most people, if they ward, will ward like this annoying spot where Baron is, and your pink will still be able to see it right there. But yeah, you should definitely ward here, pink here, sweep this, and then when they come rolling up, just have your squad sitting right here. If they come this way, come at them across this wall. If they come this way, come at them right through Death Alley here. And you should be able to, if at a very minimum, kill 1 or 2 more people. I mean, who knows? If both of them come barreling down here, you might be able to kill them both and then do Baron. But it's so many easy kills. Like, I can't describe to you how many easy kills this is if you can convince your team to do it. Especially at Bronze and Silver. Like, just bait Baron. Don't do it. Just shut out all of the vision and just sit right here with your team. Or, I mean, if you want to, you can sit here. But just wait. Most people come rolling through here. If they think they're being slick and defensive, they might come rolling through here. But they're going to come through here. And you should be able to catch them out and kill them. Okay, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. If you're interested in getting a coaching session yourself, be sure to look in the description. I'll add a link in there. It's just $20 donation. You can get the same kind of treatment as Clutch here. I've had a lot of people do this so far, and everyone's telling me they're gaining a lot of elo. They're gaining a lot of appreciation for the game, and so I think it's a really good bargain to enjoy a game that you already spend so much time on. $20 is a wonderful investment to move up a little bit in elo and get some higher quality games. But that's going to be it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.